Black, brown, yellow. Nope. Brown. Hey, how many whites do we have?
We've accepted 50 white people, sir.
Okay, burn the rest of the application. What? I'm not taking any more.
Sir!
Now, I'm not even going to get into the details of affirmative action or why it was ever a thing. I'm not even going to get into that, right? Let's just discuss the fact that affirmative action was overturned. Like, it's not even a thing anymore. And y'all are still claiming that undeserving black students are taking you all's places in school. I wonder why that is. Because what universities are y'all at? Because y'all be painting this image as like the universities are like, oh, we're only accepting blacks, we're turning this campus into Africa. And I'm lost because I went to university 10 years ago, okay, so long before affirmative action was taken out of the books, right? And it wasn't no black people in none of my classes. I was the only black person in pretty much all of my classes. I'm not even joking, right? So where is this image of, yeah, like the admissions people are like, we're only accepting blacks, no whites or Asians. Where is this coming from? Because when I went to Michigan State, the university had to be about 75% white. Okay, I estimate 75% white. Probably about 20% Asian, East Asian specifically. And then I guess 5% black, but that sounds like an overcount, honestly. But y'all are sitting here telling me that that black people's taking up all y'all seats and stuff. Can somebody make this make sense for me? Because this doesn't align with reality as I've seen it at all. This is the reality. When I was at university, right? Whenever I went to class or anything, there were no black people. The only time I was around black people is when the Black Student Union put on an event and I attended it and, other black people came, right? But just day-to-day operations, there was no black people because there were so few black people on the campus that it just wasn't enough of us to really have a presence on campus for real. Unless, again, it was a Black Student Union event and all of us went to that one event, right? So the same way I didn't see any black people in any of my classes, right? I understand white people and Asians went through the same thing. They probably didn't have any black people in their classes. And if they did, maybe one, right? So you telling me you walked through campus for 4.5, 5 years, and you encountered maybe one black person in your classes, maybe, but you still got the audacity to get on the internet and be acting like black people are being accepted into university at higher rates than you all. That's what you telling me? Because that doesn't even make any sense. Seriously. Black people continue to be underrepresented at the undergraduate level, the graduate level, in medical school, law school, podiatry school, everything. You all go your entire university career without coming across a single black person. Then you get on the internet and paint this false narrative. Yeah, the unqualified blacks are getting in instead of Asian and white applicants. Have you ever set foot on a university campus? What are you talking about, right? But this gets to the actual root of the issue, right? The root of the issue is that you all believe black people don't deserve shit, right? It's not enough for you that we're already underrepresented. We make up 12, 13% of the population, and we probably make up 2% of doctors and 2% of, university students and whatever, right? That's not enough for y'all though, right? Y'all want us to make up 0%. You don't want us to have shit at all. How can you walk a university campus and see that there's no black people there, and then still say, yeah, black people are getting in when they shouldn't be? How, Sway? That doesn't make sense. But again, the point is, you all believe that the 1 or 2 black people who is on your campus is 1 or 2 too damn many. You believe that black people don't deserve any seat at the motherfucking table. That's what the actual issue is, right? In you all's minds, you all have managed to convince yourselves that black people don't deserve shit. There's no way a black person can be smarter than you and really deserve that spot. Y'all don't care about the fact that black people have been denied from schools for being black forever. Within my parents' lifetimes, black people were being denied from admissions to schools on the basis of being a Negro. You don't care about any of that. You don't care about the ramifications of none of that shit. You don't care about any of that. You don't want black people to have shit. You don't think we deserve shit. That's what this is actually about. this is the crazy thing. A white person or an Asian can be dumb as a literal pile of fucking bricks, right? And they can get denied from college because they are stupid as hell, right? And then they will still paint it as, I deserve that. The reason I didn't get that is because an unqualified black person took my spot. These people have been conditioned to believe that no matter what, they deserve everything and black people deserve nothing. And you know what? One thing about me, I'm going to bring slavery up every single time because I swear slavery plays a role in this. For centuries, black people were forced to do everything and get nothing, while white people and whoever else got to sit on their ass and do nothing but get everything, right? And because of that, a lot of people have that image seared into their brains. They're used to black people doing everything but getting absolutely nothing, and they're used to not having to do shit but getting everything themselves, right? So fast forward to the present day. These people expect to be stupid as hell, can't half read and write, okay, but still get accepted into college over a black person because in their minds, I mean, we're black and they're not. Therefore, they deserve that spot and we don't, just based off the fact that we're black and they're not. That's really what these people believe. That is the root cause of this. You can come across the dumbest motherfucker in the world. I promise you this. But they will really believe that they smarter than you just because they Asian or white and you're black. That's what this is boiling down to. I remember in graduate school, oh my God, so graduate school is different from undergraduate schooling in the sense that you have a cohort, okay? And basically a cohort is the group of people who start your program at the same time as you, right? So you all end up taking a lot of the same classes together because you started at the same time and you going through the same, degree track or whatever, right? So in my cohort, there was another black girl and we was both from Detroit, okay? But, right? We all had this biochemistry class. Mind you, my undergraduate major was biochemistry and molecular biology. So, I would assume I might know a little something about biochemistry, right? Maybe, right? So, my cohort, again, we was all in this biochemistry class and we took this exam, right? So then after we took this exam, we had this other class together. Basically, this other class was just when our cohort got together and did whatever, right? So in this other class, we was talking about the exam and we was talking about this one question specifically, right? And I don't remember the exact question, but it was something about hydrogen bond donors and acceptors, right? Whatever the question was. And you know what? I think it was asking how many hydrogen bond donors and acceptors does a water molecule have, right? So a water molecule has two hydrogens. That's going to be the two donors, right? But then it has that oxygen, right? And oxygen has two lone pairs. So it has two hydrogen bond acceptors as well, right? So the answer was two donors and two acceptors, which I put, right? So we discussing this in the class afterwards, right? And it's me and this Chinese boy, okay? So he chose, I think, two donors and one acceptor or something like that, right? So I'm telling him, I'm like, nah, that's not right. Because, the oxygen got two lone pairs. So, it has two acceptors. We going back and forth. And he's like, nah, you wrong. So, right? I was just like, okay, whatever. Because we already took the exam. I know I got the shit right. So, whatever, right? So then I was talking to this Chinese girl. Because, y'all, look, I tried to branch out in grad school. I was like, you know what? Look. Let me be open. It might be a white person or an Asian person out there who really is cool. You know what I'm saying? So let me be open to some friendships, right? So I was talking to this Chinese girl who, I was cool with. And I told her, I was like, yeah, I forgot the boy's name now, right? But I'm like, yeah, he talking about, the answer was whatever. I'm like, that don't even make no sense. So she's like, oh, yeah, he studied biochemistry in undergrad, right? So basically she's saying, yeah, I would believe him. I said, I did too. So then she says, oh, but he studied it in China. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. I studied in East Lansing at Michigan State University. What do you mean, right? But I was just like, girl, whatever, anyway. And then it turns out I was right. I got the question right? But my point is this, in these people's minds, it don't matter what expertise you have in the field. If you're black, you don't know shit. You don't know shit. You know what the crazy part is, though? That Chinese boy argued me down to the point where I started to second guess myself. I was like, hold up, he sounded like he knew what he talking about. Even though I knew good and well what the fuck I was talking about, right? But that goes back to my point. These people can be dumb as bricks, but they will really believe that they are above you simply because they're white or they're Asian, right? Like, have y'all ever heard the stories about like how a white person be panhandling and ask a black person for some money, and the black person said no, and the white person says, oh, nigger, so and so and so. You out here begging for change, you sleeping under a fucking bridge, you don't have no food to eat. You really think that you calling me the N-word is gonna affect me? Really? But that's a coping mechanism that these people use. They really will be like, damn, I'm worthless as fuck, but at least I'm not black. So they really have to convince themselves that black people are beneath them to feel better about their own inferiority. It's a coping thing. That being said, when you see these people making videos like this, acting like the reason they didn't get into whatever school is because an unqualified black person took their spot, understand that it's a coping mechanism. It's hard for them to come to terms with the fact that they're a loser, so they take the easier route of simply pretending that they're not a loser and that instead an unqualified black person took their rightful spot. Honestly, it's pretty sad.